Scripture's historic context unravels dangerous theology? Well, let me explain. So, I 100% suggest that understanding the historic context behind Scriptures is incredibly important. It is incredibly important to help unravel dangerous theological and scriptural interpretations. It helps unravel them, according to an article that I read from Yale and from University of Arizona, that both state that understanding the historic context provides the knowledge that when you are reading Scripture, you understand that it is not just divine word, but there's also a lot of things in history that were going on in that time frame. It tells the story of the political struggle for liberation in those times. It tells the story of how Christ himself liberates us, and that the exclusion of women from the ministry has been dangerously misinterpreted because those scriptural places where the letters were written were only written for certain communities, and that the scriptures that have been used historically to condemn LGBTQ plus people are instead talking about dangerous religious practices of non-consensual LGBTQ plus contact and forcing LGBTQ plus identities on people for spiritual purposes, and that money in the church is in society should be uprooted, and that getting rid of the dangerous misinterpretation of the Great Commission, instead of using it as a means to colonialize people, it should be a means to invite people instead of colonizing them into the faith. And it is so important for us to understand the historic context because it helps unravel these dangerous sexist, colonialist, homophobic, transphobic, and theologies that have led to people seeking quests for power and influence instead of what Scripture really is, as a book of invitation. So let us lean into the historic context of Scripture so that we can unravel dangerous theological misinterpretations. Peace and blessings, y'all.